Alright, hello guys and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Teen Chalet, and today we're gonna be talking about what if Issei was betrayed part 3. Yeah, I know you guys have been waiting a long while. It's been 10 months since I've updated this series, so now I decided, why don't I give you guys what you deserve, the best of the best, after that depressing one shot yesterday. So, let's just dive right on into it. Issei was just walking back home when he felt this presence, this danger sense around him. He looked around, seeing who it was, and then he felt a devil's presence. He got irritated. He thought maybe it was just, Rias coming back to begging for forgiveness and the rest of the Pirage. But he was wrong. He saw this short, stout devil, or in his words, demon, coming out of this red gate. And inside that red gate was a fiery pit. Fire was everywhere, and dead demons were surrounding it. Issei was shocked. What is this? Where did this thing come from? While Issei was still standing there, the imp, as it was known, saw him. It jumped at him and tried to claw Issei's face off. Issei, in a snap-second decision, summoned Drake and took out Ascalon and stabbed the imp and took off its head. Issei was shocked. He didn't know that the imp would be this fast. But oh boy, Issei, you'll be in for one wild ride. When Issei went to check on the portal, it was closed. Nothing was there. And the imp disappeared as well. Issei was holding his head, wondering, did he hallucinate this? Did this actually happen? And Issei, you will never know. This actually happened, and you'll be in for the most gory adventures since the days of the Doomslayer. Okay, alright. So now, Issei continues on his walk, but this time spreading his senses around so he may not be caught off guard once more by those small creatures, those demons. Somewhere else, a red portal opens outside of this man's house. A man goes out of the building. He sees a red portal. He goes closer, wondering, what is it? He looks inside, and all he sees is razor-sharp teeth, ready to surround him. Go back to Issei. Issei woke up from his dream, suddenly. He was in his bed. He was sleeping after that, but he woke up from this nightmare. He saw this man. He was that man, going to that portal, getting eaten. He didn't know where these dreams were coming from, but he knew he had to do something about it. So that's why he got all the resources he could, using every contact he had, and researched about what these things were. He finally, one contact came to him, and the contact told him, come with me, come to my location. There is a temple here, a temple lost long ago. A long lost temple that nobody has ever seen, nobody in any faction has ever seen for a long time. So Issei prepared a teleporting circle and went there. There he saw a gigantic temple with murals and walls showing this man in armor killing these demons that Issei has seen. He sees gigantic demons with mechanical parts, titans themselves. And Issei is shocked. He didn't know, where did these demons come from? So, Issei walked into that temple, and he was hit with a wave of demonic intent, hit with killer intent, and he could just feel that raw power, making him shake in his boots, shake in his clothes. He was visibly terrified, and so was Drake. Drake suddenly appeared on his left hand, and Drake, the gauntlet itself, was shaking. Issei didn't know what was happening, but he did know that whatever was in that temple must have been so strong to scare Drake himself. So Issei went in and kept walking. He kept following that ill intent, wondering, what is that? So Issei went in, and he saw what could be only described as terrifying. He saw a red demonic circle around this man who apparently seems to be inside this coffin with this armor next to him. Issei was shocked. He was scared. He didn't want to. Something inside him told him not to open what's inside that box, that coffin. But out of curiosity, Issei opened it. And inside, he saw a naked man. But this man was, in Issei's theory, not really a man. He could feel the killer intent coming, the bloodlust from this man spreading all around the room now that the coffin has been opened. While he may have been what he thought at first was huge, compared to opening this coffin, it was nothing unlike anything he has ever felt before. He felt true fear that he would die for being what he is, a devil. The devil genes in him felt fear, so much fear that Issei didn't know whether he could hold on for long enough. And so Issei blacked out. 6 hours later, Issei had woken up, and he was right in front of the face of the man who woke up. Issei couldn't believe it. This guy was just there, staring at him, waiting for him to wake up. And Issei couldn't believe it. Who was this guy who stared at him so calmly, without hesitation, radiating this bloodlust? So Issei hurriedly got up, but this man held him down and aimed what seemed to be a shotgun at his face. Issei didn't know whether or not he was able to survive this shotgun, so he made sure not to take any chances with it. So Issei just lay down there, waiting to see what this man would do. The man got up, put on the armor set around him. The shoulder cannon appeared, and he heard a voice saying, "Slayer, it seems that you have awoken in another dimension, one where Samuel Hayden is not here. He must have sent you here when you were about to kill him." And all Issei could hear were some guttural, terrifying guttural sounds from this man called the Slayer. Issei just got up, and the Slayer turned to him. Out of nowhere, he took a gun from behind him, and he was holding what looked like a shotgun, but a super shotgun. That's what Issei thought it was. And then the man asked, but in Vega's in the robotic voice is personification. The voice asked, "State who you are to the Slayer. Should you be a threat, you shall be terminated or you shall be destroyed." Issei raised up both of his hands slightly and said that my name is Issei Hyodo. I am the king of all dragons. And the robotic voice said back, "Dragons? I can feel part devil, demon in you. You say you are a dragon, yet you are part demon. What are you?" Issei then says, in fear, he says, I used to be a demon." And then when he said he used to be a demon, the Slayer raised up his gun and got ready to fire. But Issei said, No. I used to be a demon, but I changed my race into 96% dragon. At that, the Slayer tilted his head in a bit of confusion. The Slayer did not know how to answer. Here this person was in front of him that said he wasn't a demon, yet radiated demonic energy. What should the Slayer think? All this time he has been killing demons, yet here he is, a person who says he's not a demon. What should the Slayer do? He doesn't know. But what he does know is that he should exterminate this man where he stands and then leave. Find a place back to where he belongs. Oh man. So the Slayer gets ready to shoot. But then Issei sees this and he's shocked. He doesn't know whether he could survive a shot from that gun. And so he decides not to chance it. And then activates Balance Breaker. But that was the wrong move. The moment the armor came on, the Slayer shot the gun. And surprisingly, the gunshot broke through the armor, shattered it into millions of pieces. Issei was shocked. He couldn't believe such a being exists, that they could break the armor of the sacred gear Drake, the heavenly dragon. Issei just decided to run. He ran. But slowly and surely the Slayer followed him, waiting to see what this person's reaction would be. Would he go back and fight like all the other demons, or would he run, knowing that against the Slayer he held no chance? And that's what he did. Issei just ran. He knew he couldn't beat him, so he just ran. Until he turned a corner and in front of him was the Slayer. Issei couldn't believe it. How did this guy appear all of a sudden? The Slayer raised his gun and was about to fire once more, until a magic circle appeared behind the Slayer. The Slayer turned his gun, and out of that circle came a demon, a devil, or as you might say in the High School DxD universe. This devil tried to reason with the Slayer, but we all know the Slayer is one that cannot be reasoned with, only one that can be fought with. And that is what this person did. They decided to fight against the Slayer, knowing that their words will not bear any fruit. But the Slayer did what he did best and destroyed them. They could not stand a chance against his indomitable strength. And so, that devil was destroyed as well. The Slayer brought up the gun and shot the devil. Shot it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots until that devil lay there dead on the ground. That devil, as it appears we can see, was a bloody mess of white hair and petite figure. It was Koneko, who was killed so brutally. She just wanted to ask for Issei's help because she had to deal with her sister. But she came to Issei and she died where she stood. Issei, even though Koneko betrayed him, still felt hurt seeing her dead body, since he knew her for so long that her dying was just something snapped in him. And so, with a draconic roar, he yelled and he powered up into his ultimate balance breaker form. Ultimate balance breaker, and he fought the Slayer. The Slayer was caught off guard. Here this was, this broken devil fighting against him, this proclaimed dragon, and actually doing some damage to his armor. But the Slayer would have none of it. The Slayer grabbed the angry dragon's paw and just punched it. And the armor broke once more. Issei was so angry, yet so fearful. Here he was, using all his power, yet the Slayer, this monster, broke his armor as if it was nothing. So, Issei just stood there, laying there, waiting to die. When suddenly, a red portal, appeared behind the Doomslayer. And out came demons upon demons, wave upon wave. All to end the Slayer, the man who has murdered many of their brethren. And so the Slayer turned around and readied his super shotgun, ready to annihilate these demons that have interrupted him from killing this proclaimed dragon. And so Issei was saved. This Doomslayer wouldn't be able to kill him where he stands. Now he could just escape. But Issei felt something. He felt wrong. He knew that if he escaped, these things, these monsters, would just go. If they beat the Doomslayer, which they won't, would go and start killing mankind. And Issei did not want to be responsible for such a thing. And so, Issei, going against his better judgment, fought alongside the Slayer. And so, the Slayer was shocked himself. This demon, this devil, fought against its own kind. This was the first time such a devil had done such a thing. But the Slayer welcomed the help. And together, Issei and the Slayer both helped to take down all these reckless demons that came to attack the Slayer himself. And pushed back the way back into the portal. And that's how it goes. The Issei, though, while he may have been weak, was a force to be reckoned with. And alongside the Slayer had ripped and teared all the demons in front of him. Seeing this, the Slayer saw a bit of himself inside Issei. How he used his rage, his anger, to destroy these demons with his bare hands, as he had done when he was a much younger age. So the Slayer decided to spare Issei at this moment for his act of bravery against his own kind. So the Slayer saw the portal close. He knew he wouldn't be able to return to hell. Then suddenly, the Slayer felt arrogant energy appearing across the world. The Slayer knew what was going to happen. For it had happened before in his own earth, his own world. And the Slayer could not allow such a thing to happen once more to another world. So the Slayer got up. Got up and started walking away. Walking past Issei, walking past everything. To go find those portals and take them down once and for all. To kill all those demons who wish to harm humanity. For the Slayer is not the representation of his own anger, but the representation of all of humanity from every universe, every multiverse that has had to deal with these demons. And so with a purpose, the Slayer walked away, ready to rip and tear. Alright guys, that's the end of part 3 to What If Issei Was Betrayed. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. This is Teen Shallot, out of here.